Hey, how y'all doing out there? Listen, I keep hearing a lot about this North Korea thing and Syria, Iran, the Middle East, the war on terror. And so I just want to lay it down in kind of plain, simple talk on what's going on. Before the Gulf War started, there were only like 8 nations out there, nation states out there that were not on the International Monetary Fund. The International Monetary Fund, by the way, just to put it simply, is the World Bank. It's what we trade oil on. Some people call it the petrodollar. That is their currency. And if you're not using that currency to trade resources such as oil, natural gas, and water, you're going to be demonized. All of a sudden, you're going to be an enemy. And they're going to take you out, and they're going to bomb you some democracy into your ass, and they're going to take over your country, and then you will be on the world banking system. As you all know, the New World Order wants one government, one bank, and one religion. And the one bank having one currency. So this is what the super rich elite we call the New World Order are trying to do. Now, Wesley Clark came back during the Gulf War and flat out told everybody, we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years. Now, these were terrorist countries, right? But they had one thing in common. They wasn't on the IMF World Bank trading their oil. So you had Iraq, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Lebanon. All these countries now, like Lebanon, we didn't invade Lebanon. They just went ahead and took a loan from the IMF and became a banking member of the World Bank. But Libya, look at what happened in Libya. They started demonizing Gaddafi, yet when you got married, you got $50,000 when you first got married. He gave everybody in the country an AK-47. Who the hell does that? And he offered free water and cheap housing and good food to his people. The reason why they took Gaddafi out was because he wanted to trade all his business. Water was his main thing. Libya is loaded with clean water, and just billions and trillions of gallons of it. And he wanted to trade this for under the gold dinar, which was his money. A dinar is the money of Africa. Well, they wasn't going to have that. The same thing with Iraq. Y'all all think it's about going into Kuwait, and because they went into Kuwait and they did that or other. Listen, Iraq, Hussein was told before he went into Kuwait that America was not going to get involved in a border issue. We put Hussein in charge, but he bucked on the currency. Lincoln, during the Civil War, bucked on the currency and started his own so he could support and finance the Civil War. He was assassinated. Kennedy started a silver currency to compete with the Federal Reserve Bank, the IMF's little bankers over here in America. And he was assassinated. All right. Every country now that tries to buck on them. Well, there's only 3 countries left, y'all. There's only 3 countries left that don't bank with the IMF, the World Bank. It's Syria, Iran, and North Korea. And what do you hear in the news every day? Every friggin' day. What do you hear? How things are bad in Syria, how they have to take Assad out, how Iran's got nuclear weapons and they're going to attack Israel, how North Korea's got nuclear weapons and they're going to send a missile over to Hawaii or to America. Well, let me let y'all in on a little secret about North Korea. And you people my age that are around 50, shame on you. Y'all should remember the Cold War. North Korea has rattled this saber forever. But they don't it's not that Kim whatever such a nut or his dad or anybody before him are nut jobs. The thing is, we move our naval armadas into their waters. We provoke them. If somebody got ships close to America, y'all don't think we'd be threatening to take them out? So what? America's just got a right. The United States Navy and the New World Order just has a right to put their aircraft carriers on somebody's beach whenever they want to? No, they don't. So if you want to fall for the terrorism shit, you need to look at what Wesley Clark said before all these wars of aggression started in the Middle East. We're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years. These countries were not terrorist states. They just didn't use the money they were told to use. God forbid, they wanted their own money. They wanted to do their own thing. And by the way, Russia and China, they're on the IMF. So that's why you don't see much coming out of them. Russia's over there in the Middle East just trying to take the oil from them people like America's doing. So all you hear about this shit is lies, lies, lies. They've taken a simple truth that there's countries they don't like, but they lied and said they're taking it out for terrorism. They're taking it out for democracy. So are you willing to give your son's life for somebody else's democracy? Democracy being where 51% of the population can kill the other 49%. Legally, because they voted it in. I'm telling you, this is all a bunch of bullshit, and I wouldn't even come out here and say nothing about it because it's not worth the time to even think about. But I get asked a couple dozen times a day, Bill, what do you think about North Korea? What do you think's going on over there? Well, I'm telling you, they want their currency to be the petrodollar. Period. There ain't nothing else going on. And old Kim can sit over there and rattle his sabers. Let me tell y'all something. I was in the Navy, and I do keep up with my brothers up to this day. And some people in my family. And just good, solid people that I know in person in real life. North Korea does not have anything remotely close to getting anywhere. They cannot attack the United States no more than Iraq could have. No more than Afghanistan. No more than the Taliban. No more than Al-Qaeda that hit us on 9/11. You saw that 9/11 was a lie. You saw the lies about Osama bin Laden, that he was probably dead before 9/11 even happened. But no, they took him out and they buried him at sea, didn't they? Man, they fill y'all's heads full of so much shit. Sometimes I can't blame you for wondering. But here, I'm going to give you just a cool little thing to go by from here on out. If you watching the news, mainstream media news, all right, anything they say is normally 180 degrees, just the opposite of what the truth is. Anything the government tells you is 180 degrees, the opposite of what the truth is. And you want a good example of that in America? In 1964, they signed the Civil Rights Act, and supposedly to empower black people. The black family was 78% intact in 1964, and today it's 7% intact. So how did the government help you? They didn't. They coddled you, and they messed with your minds, and they destroyed your family. This is what they do. This is the lie. You have got to learn to see the lie. And liars lie. And liars habitually lie. So when you take a situation like President Trump, if almost everything he says is a lie, then how can you even believe the bastard when he says good morning? Liars are liars, and nothing's going to stop that. But the lie of the genocide of 2 billion Muslims is no joke. And once again, I'm going to go back to Agenda 21. They said that the population on this planet was not sustainable past 6 billion people. We have 8 billion people roughly. 2 billion are Muslim. 2 billion are in countries where they only like goat herders. They live very simple, but they got all this oil. And they want to spend that oil on them, with their money. They want to buy and trade their oil on their money. And the IMF ain't going to have that. The New World Order ain't going to have that. So y'all really need to wake up to the truth. North Korea is not a threat to you. It's not a threat to our country. It's not a threat to anybody else in the world. Because guess what? Every place in the world don't want a McDonald's on the corner. They don't want to drink Coca-Cola. They don't want a Starbucks in a mall. They don't want a Walmart. Some countries just want to be who the hell they are. Just like you want to be who the hell you are, don't you? You want to be an individual, right? You want to be whoever you want to be. But they don't let you. Well, they're not letting them be who they want to be because they want their money. This is the New World Order. Welcome to the New World Order. Wake up and see it for what it is. Because in this country, we can stop it from happening here. We can't do nothing about the rest of the world. But if we turned around and ignored these bastards and didn't buy into these corporations' crap, we could crush them with one blow within less than 6 months. Hell, if we could just get truckers to quit trucking their junk around, we could control everything within a matter of a month. Hell, less than a month. I've heard even 8 to 10 days. We could shut down the federal government just through truckers. So why do you think they like the pipelines for their gasoline, huh? You ever think about that? Pipelines are the worst idea in the world. They all leak and they all spill their product. But they control it. They don't have men that control it. You see what I'm saying? They control the flow, not the truckers. And plus, by the way, it took away about 3,000 truckers' jobs to have pipelines. So all y'all out there that think somebody's bringing jobs and going to make America great, you can put 3,000 to 5,000 jobs back on the table just by taking away pipelines that leak in our backyards. Sometimes I wonder, y'all, I really wonder. I mean, have they really got y'all this fooled, or you just don't want to see the truth? The truth is ugly. The lie is beautiful. The lie is safe. It makes you feel safe. The truth makes you feel unsafe. It makes you feel vulnerable. But the truth is real, and it's so real. Oh my God, y'all. It'll drive you insane. As Nietzsche said, Friedrich Nietzsche, when you stare into the abyss stares back. Y'all, it stares at me every day. I don't want to know this shit. I don't want to see it for what it is. But you know what? The only way we can save our planet is by stopping these bastards. And we got to stop the lie, so you quit believing that you got these enemies other than the New World Order. You do not have an enemy, America, anywhere in the world other than the New World Order. And if you believe you have an enemy in some other country, somewhere that really wants to, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's people who want to kill us because our government has bombed them and murdered their children. But if you really think that we have an enemy that can come to America and kill us, I don't know what to tell you. Get back on it, go back to bed, go back to sleep, get under your blanket of false security provided to you by MSM through the United States federal government lapdogs of the New World Order. What am I going to do? Because 100% of nobody ain't going to do nothing except breathe air, eat food, and drink water. And when that's gone, then maybe you'll see what the New World Order was trying to do. Then when you got to buy a gasp of air, when it's 10 cents a breath, then maybe you'll see what the deal is. Everything's money to them. Everything is rape to them. Everything is greed and take to them. That's why they think they own the world. Well, they don't. Because there's 8 billion of us and a small handful of them. Think about that. You're being bullied by some chumps. You're being lied to by a media that's controlled by corporations. You know that General Electric is one of the biggest defense contractors, and I think it's Viacom or Comcast that they own. They own the news network. They own some of the news networks. I think MSNBC and CNBC. So they'll promote war because they make money off of war. The military-industrial complex is a money-making deal, y'all. It keeps the population down. It keeps these fat bastards in riches beyond our comprehension. It keeps them in control because they're megalomaniacs, narcissistic pieces of shit. Why would you want to control another human? I look at y'all like butterflies. I look at my wife. I look at her like a butterfly. I don't try to keep her in a jar. I don't want to trick you into something. I want you to float around and be free to land on me. I want you to float around and be free to do whatever you want to do, but your mind. They're destroying your mind. Look, the biggest war on this planet is the war for your mind. That's the war that they're winning. Don't let them win it. Think for yourself. Self-lead. Be who you are, not what you're told to be from some goddamn TV, not from some athlete, not from some rock star, not from some actor. Be you. Be the change. Live the change. And then you'll be the solution. There you go. But as far as North Korea, they're no more of a threat than Canada. So if you want to be scared of them, if you want to live in fear, that's on you. But you might want to research the truth. We're in their waters. We're provoking them, and they have nothing to do anything about it. Well, you think people are that suicidal? You think Kim's so crazy that he's just going to let himself be killed? No, we all want our life. We'll do anything to live. I just want to see you live free. I'll do anything to see you live free, brother, sister. So quit falling for the lies. Pay attention to something other than that goddamn TV. Listen, I love y'all. I just wanted to get this clear because I'm about tired of typing about it. Just get it straight. We have no enemies that can do anything to us. Only the New World Order. Only the United States federal government. And we're at war with them. But it's a war for the mind. Don't let them win. Peace. Don't live in fear. And I love y'all.